What's up, everybody? We're back here at the car lot today. We're going to do our inspection on the '02 Ford Mustang that we did a video about the other day. And we're just going to look at this car and see what all it needs, drive it, see how it does driving and everything so that it's ready to be put up for sale. So we're just going to check that car out. This is a car we're flipping for a profit. Hopefully we can make a good profit on this car. It's an '02 Ford Mustang. It's got 241,000 miles on the car right now. So it's a higher mile car, cheaper car, but hopefully we can get this thing ready for sale and not have to do really anything to it so that we can get a $500 to $1,000 profit on this thing. We paid $755 for this car. Our winning bid was $650, and then there was a $105 fee at the dealer only auction. So at the auto auction, they have a $105 fee for 1,000 and under, so that's what you pay added to what your winning bid is. So we're going to take a look at this car now and let's see how she drives down the road, and we're going to get her cleaned up. So let's look at the car so you can see what it looks like if you didn't see the video before this one. But go ahead and check that video out if you didn't see it. The title is Cheapest Bought Cheap Ford Mustang from the auction. So go check that out. You'll find it in the channel. So that's a look at it. We got just we got a little bit of rust on here. The interior is pretty good shape. I don't think there's really anything but just cleaning that needs done on the interior. You got your headliner that's really good and everything. Really not even that much trash in here, so these people were probably taking care of the vehicle. Needs a driver window motor changed out, I know that. And I'll show you this rust real fast. So you got rust right here, and that's probably your worst part. This is not very good right here. That's pretty rusted, but I think that'll be okay, and I'll show you the other side real quick. So on the other side right here, this is your other spot of rust, and that's not as bad, but still not very good to be on there. And that's about all the rust that's on here. So and then you've got like bubbling right there. You've got where it's been scraped on the bumper right there on the corner, and some scratches on it. And then same thing on this side, not as bad, but little scratches. Tires look decent on it. Back's pretty good. Front are a little bald, but that'll be good enough, and we'll get it sewed like that. So let's take this thing for a drive now and see how she does driving, and then we'll go from there and see if we find out this thing needs anything fixed on it. The next video after this one will be doing the detailing on the vehicle. I'm going to separate it so it's not such a long video on here. So if you want to see me detail the vehicle, I know some people's into it, some people's not. So I'm going to separate that from the video, and it's going to be a separate one. And I'm going to put all these videos that's about this one car in a playlist together, so they're easier to find if you're wanting to see all the videos on this one car. So you can go check the playlist if you want to if you're looking for other videos on this car. I haven't done that yet, but it will be done when I post this video. So let's drive this thing and see how it does now. Alright, let's get a code start on this thing and see how she starts up for the first time today. Starts up really good. It's kind of hard to see that dash. I'm trying to get it to zoom in. See, 242,000 miles and 57. 242,057 miles. Got almost a quarter of a tank. Pretty good oil pressure. We got to check engine soon light. And then check fuel cap. That's not a big deal. That's just probably, it might not have a fuel cap on it. So that's probably one that's on or it's loose or something. So let's get the seatbelt on and do a drive in this thing and see how she does. Get her in gear. Transmission pulls really good. That don't seem too bad. And I mean, it's running pretty good, pretty decent. I could have let it warm up a little more, but I'm kind of eager to get out here and see how it does, shifting out and everything. First shift wasn't too bad. It's got just a little bit of a whine to it, if you can hear that. I don't know how good that comes out on the video or not, but it's got just a little bit, like you can, like that motor sound under your feet that you can hear. So that's probably most likely some kind of exhaust or something that's doing that noise. But I mean, this thing, we're 50 miles an hour right now, and this thing is driving pretty smooth. I mean, I don't have no complaints at all right now. Of course, the biggest thing with these cheap cars is if it's going to overheat. That's going to be your biggest thing you're looking for, because an overheating problem will take your profit out quick. Because when you get into that stuff, you could have cracked motor blocks and all kinds of stuff like that. So that's not good at all. But we'll see how she warms up and stuff, and see if it's trying to overheat or not. Right now we're pretty smooth. We already hit 60. All the shifts were good, and so we're just cruising right now. Our oil pressure's staying good. It's actually pretty good oil pressure on it. It's a little more than half, so the battery's more than half. Everything's doing good right now. So we'll check back in a second and see how she's, I'll let you know if she's still driving good or not. Alright, so we've went about probably at least 8 miles so far, and it's doing really good. Where, let me show you the gauges if it can focus in. I don't know how good you can see it, but that top left one is the temperature gauge, and we're right there in the middle where it should be. I didn't want to go too much farther because the gas is getting a little bit low, if you can see that. And we're cruising 50 right now. Everything's doing really good. I'm actually kind of impressed with this car. It's better than I thought. You always have a little bit of a gut feeling that you might have bought a car you shouldn't have every time. That's just how it is with these cheaper cars, because you never know what you're gonna get with these cheap cars. You don't know if you're gonna buy something and it's gonna need a transmission, if it's gonna overheat and you can't even sell it, if it's got a big oil leak on it and you can't sell it because of the oil leak. So it's risky buying these cheap cars, but there's a lot of money in these cheap cars that you can make. So when you're buying these cheap cars and wanting to do that, just make sure you really look at these cars before you buy them, and really watch out for the different things that always happens on them. The most common things, like I said, is going to be the transmission, oil leak, radiator leak, bad radiator. Try to drive the car on the test drive for at least 30 minutes. See that thing running for at least 30 minutes before you buy it, if you've got time to do that. I know, like, when I go to the auction, you've got maybe 5-10 minutes a car, because you got to keep going to drive all the different vehicles, because that's a chance you never want to take. You never go to the auction and buy a vehicle that you didn't test drive before the auction. Now, there is some auctions they won't let you start the car. Some of them won't let you drive them. Some you can get them out on the road. Like the ones I go to, I can get the cars out there on the road, I can drive it. But I know some dealer auctions, they only let you start it up, and some don't even let you start it now. So that's always different, but if you can drive it, you drive the cars. Just drive them quick, run through it real fast, check the air conditioner, the heat, the radio, watch how the gauges are doing on it, let it run for a while to see if it starts overheating, all that type of stuff you want to do on these cars, because you'll lose all your money really fast if you don't check cars good enough. You don't have to be a mechanic. That's not what I'm saying, because I don't know that much about cars. I just know the basic stuff, and that's good enough to be able to do these cars without having problems and losing all the money. So as long as you're doing that, then you'll be good. Just make sure that you're buying cars you think are pretty good without problems. So we're gonna get back to the lot now, and then I'll pick back up. Alright, so after 2 hours of cleaning it pretty good, we got it cleaned up. I decided I'm not going to do a separate video of detailing the vehicle. I just went ahead and did it and didn't record it because I really don't have a tripod or nothing right now that makes it a better shot for videos and stuff like that, because I want to do a time lapse, but I really need to get a tripod and stuff before I start doing ones like that, so it's better quality and stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you how it looks now with it being cleaned, and then we'll be back. Cup holder right here was really nasty. Now it's all cleaned up. Seats are really good and clean. Back is looking really good. Everything is pretty nice. Alright, so there you have it. We test drove the car. Everything was good. We checked the oil and everything on the car. That was good. You've seen all of that. We cleaned the car up, so the car's looking really good. We got all the black spots and stuff off the interior dash and the console. We cleaned up all the ashes from cigarettes that was in the cup holders and stuff. So everything is looking really good on this car. We don't have to fix anything on this thing. It does need that window motor, but we might check the junkyard and see if they got it. They're usually like $10 or $15 at the junkyard, so we'll just decide later on, depending on if they have, and if we feel like changing that window motor to if we'll fix that or not. We may or may not. So anyways, we got 30 days that the auction has to get us the title. When you're buying these cars from the dealer auto auction, they got 30 days. If they don't get the title within 30 days, and you can take the vehicle back and get your money. Now, of course, if they took the full 30 days and didn't get your title, you can get your money back, but it really is a hassle because you lost all your time waiting on it that you could have been selling other vehicles. But most likely, they usually get your title within 1 or 2 weeks, so it's not the whole month that you're waiting most of the time. So this car is going to be ready to go, and once we get the title, we'll be posting it for sale. And I hope y'all follow along with this vehicle, because we'll be posting, if we do anything else to it, it'll go onto the playlist with these videos that's on this car. And then there'll be the last video on this car will be how much we made on it once it is sold. And we usually sell a car within 1 to 2 weeks, most likely. They usually all go within the first week, but then every once in a while it takes 2 weeks once it's posted for sale for someone to come and get it. And right now it's tax time, so everything's selling pretty good right now. And we will be picking up another car really soon that'll be put onto the channel once we pick it up. So watch out for the new car coming to the channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our other videos coming. We got a repo video coming. And so just make sure that you subscribe to the channel and you watch out for our new videos coming out. And I appreciate y'all watching. Comment down below if you think this was a good car or not. I want to know from y'all a little bit of feedback if you think this is a good car. And just let me know. The car, like I said, was $755. So just let me know if you think this was a good car, if it was worth the $755. Just comment down below. Thank y'all for watching.